Okay, I would like to take a poll of who here is an artist. Please raise your hand. Yeah, oh my gosh, so many hands. Okay, who maybe dabbles in art like a hobby? Yeah, more hands. Okay, who has ever made art before? Okay, great. I'm gonna get examples. Like take a dance class as a kid, try painting, you got it. Every single person here has raised their hand at one of those questions, right? So it's unanimous. All of us are artists. I truly believe that all humans are inherently creative beings, which is great because what the world needs now is art. More than ever before. We always have, but now when the world is literally on fire, we need it more than ever. In times of crisis, we look to art to comfort us, to remind us we're not alone, to inspire us, and to embolden us to fight for a better future. Life beats down, passion the soul, and art reminds you that you have one. Now, since I can remember, I have wanted to tell stories through performance. It was important to me to make art. I am a musical theater actor, like Philip said. I am a performance artist. However, like thousands of my fellow Canadian artists, I don't always get to work in my traditional mediums to pay the bills. Actually, the older I've gotten, with more responsibilities like a mortgage and childcare costs, the less opportunities that I have had to make a living off of art creation. What happens when no one will buy your paintings at the local artisan market? Or your podcast has made pennies in the last 6 months? Or the musical you're performing in pays in gas gift cards? Now, I hate to put art creation into such a capitalist construct, but a girl's gotta eat and provide a roof over her family's head, am I right? As at the Call issue wrote, everyone is an artist until rent is due. All that being said, to make ends meet, I have had more jobs than years that I have been alive. And I'm a geriatric millennial, for those of you doing the math. And I will categorize most of those jobs as art making ones either. So, if I'm not making art as my profession, I guess I'm not an artist anymore. Now, when I first began crafting this talk, I was going to tell you that according to a report prepared for the Cultural Human Resources Council by Hill Strategies Research, that artists, under 20% of artists can make a living wage. That's around $56,000 a year in Metro Lake Cooper by practicing their traditional mediums in this economic marketplace. I was going to tell you how you can switch the narrative on that by revamping your 9-to-5 rule, by taking those creative skills that you have honed over tens of thousands of hours that you've put into training and work on your craft, and carry them over into the more conventional working world. I was going to tell you that you can still make art in less traditional forms through your day job by bringing emotional intelligence, creative problem solving, collaborative skills, storytelling, authenticity, inclusion, empathy, and activism. And I was going to tell all those corporations and institutions, large and small, to hire on this, because they will transform and progress your workplaces in the best possible ways. That when someone doesn't hire you or you aren't able to flex those creative muscles, do as my husband an actor turned master electrician turned film festival producer turned actor again, an entrepreneur says, make your own work. And these are all great ideas. But what I come to understand is that producing art is the byproduct of being an artist. Being an artist isn't measured by how many things you make a year, and definitely not by if those things make money. An artist is measured in the ways in which they think and move through the world, how they build and foster community, challenge viewpoints, and enrich people's lives. And no one but you gets to be the barometer of your artistic narrative. If art is priceless, then you are invaluable. Claiming my artist identity has become a state of mind. It's about surrounding myself with community that fuels my imagination and letting go of a preconceived notion that I must remain creating only within my original traditional mediums. I am now letting go of doing and focusing on the being. As an inspiring and talented artist told me the other day, it is important to spend time not faking art. You need time and space for inspiration. And often during that time, you're working to pay the bills. And that's okay. I'm reminded that with the wonderful responsibility of putting art out into the world comes the great privilege of getting to experience others' art, to influence, inspire, and change me in ways that I can't do on my own. And so I'm gonna amend my earlier statement and say, what the world needs now is artists. Because art itself isn't gonna save the world. Artists are. And since we, all of us here, when you put up your hand, and everyone out there, we are all artists. In whatever ways you choose to define that, well, then I think we have a fighting chance to put out the fires that rage across our planet, figuratively and literally. I'm actually really hopeful when I look around this room. But if you are ever doubting your identity as an artist, here's what my heart. An artist cannot fail. It is a success to be one. Thank you.